Ukrainian presidential candidate businessman Petro Poroshenko on Sunday paid his respects to those who died in anti-government protests in Maidan Independence Square. He also mixed with the crowd. He's favoured to win and has the backing of opposition leader and former boxer Vitaly Klitschko, who has withdrawn from the presidential race. We spoke to Poroshenko after a joint briefing with Klitschko.
We are ready for a significant compromise with Russia. We have one very simple precondition: deoccupying Ukraine, to keep sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine, to keep independence of Ukraine. And that's why Russian forces should go from the Crimean Peninsula, and Crimea should stay Ukrainian. And if it happens, we are ready to give significant autonomy. We are ready to give special status for the Sebastopol. We are ready to provide special tax regime for the whole Crimea.
Ukrainian troops began a forced pullout from the Russian-annexed peninsula last week. Poroshenko stressed that their families and the Tatars of Crimea remain highly vulnerable there. He made clear that only its territorial attachment with all of Ukraine would be acceptable.
We don't accept any scenario of the federalization. We don't accept and fight against any separatist movement. We fight for the fact that Ukraine should be united, strong, powerful, economically sustained, and I think that we will have a first very quick result.
The International Monetary Fund last week announced a 14 to 18 billion euro aid package for Kiev, 3 billion of which for immediate release to stave off default. In exchange, painful reforms will be required.
This program of the reform should be tailor-made, that no people, especially not poor people, suffer to have any discreditation of the program of reform in Ukraine. Now we see that the program of reform, even if it is quite a difficult question, is supported by the people. Why? Because this is a very direct, very frank communication with the people.
Nicknamed the Chocolate King, Poroshenko is worth more than 1 billion euros, according to Forbes magazine, with a global confectionery, car and bus empire.